Man, got around. Welcome to the Warriors Den. I'm your host, Rico Gomez. Hope you all guys all had a great Christmas, man, with a lot of good food and eating. Hopefully you saw my Christmas video where you stuck on your diet. At least took in some healthy food and water before you ate all the goodies. But if you didn't, hey, man, it's cool to relax sometime. But now it's back to business, guys. And so I have a rhetorical question for all you warriors out there, all you modern day soldiers and barbarians, man. I wanted to ask you a question, man. In your opinion, does having big muscles help you to be a better fighter? And I want to pause for effect here because I'm going to give you guys some time to think about it because I don't want you to be like, I have a middle brother, man, and whenever I tell him an antidote or something like that, he always tells me, "Oh, I already knew that." But I always say to him, "Well, how come during the conversation you didn't divulge what you knew?" That's because he thought he knew it. So I know what I'm going to say to you guys. I want you to come up with your own answer. So here's my answer, guys. The answer is it all depends. It all depends on a couple of different factors. Like, first of all, it all depends on your level of skill, your level of training, and who your opponent is. So I'll give you an example. When I was a bouncer, I was a pretty big dude. Back then I was 6'4". I was about 270. I fluctuated between 270 and 275. Lean, dude, lean. Like I had a six pack, everything. It wasn't a crisp six pack where you could see it. Kind of like Eddie Hall's six pack. If you don't know who Eddie Hall is, Google him. He's like one of the current strongmen, right? So, and I was pretty well proportioned because I did a combination of competitive powerlifting, and then the off season from that I would do competitive powerlifting, and then the off season of that I would do compete in martial arts competitions. So I was a pretty physical guy. Worked out a lot, right? So I was really into the physicality. So anyway, as a bouncer, dude, I already was a national level. I was competing at national level in judo. Man, I was looking to go international. I was doing jujitsu and full contact karate competitions and boxing as well as kickboxing, right? And wrestling. So as a bouncer, dude, and what would happen is you would get some guys that would come in there. A lot of times, most of the guys weren't as big as me, right? So then when they were intoxicated, and then I had to remove them from the club, um, I didn't really need to use a lot of martial arts technique because just the fact that I was bigger than them and stronger, and also they were inebriated, I could just kind of like manhandle them, in a secure way. I'm not talking this, like just going beast mode on them, but really secure them, lock them down, throw them out. But sometimes there was guys like bigger than me. Sometimes Samoan dudes would come in. I remember one time in Salinas, California, they had the rodeo, and I never knew that those guys you see riding those wild Broncos and shit. Those are some big, strong dudes from Oklahoma, man, and Wyoming and fucking shit, man. Idaho, just big corn-fed dudes, tall and big, strapping dudes. I mean, they're busting horses. I mean, they're just yoked up, man. I'm not talking about like a bodybuilder way. I'm talking about this big. It's called corn-fed guys. Sometimes they were tall and big dudes, man. So then, what happened in a situation like that when they're intoxicated and I have to like get into an altercation with them? It wasn't really about my strength; it's about my technique. Because he was some good old boys, good old boy corn-fed dudes, strong guys used to dealing with big 1,000-pound horses, right? So then it came down to technique. So that's why it says it depends. It depends on you know the arena, who you're fighting, what your skill set is, what your technique, your level of efficiency when you execute your moves, right? So I just think that what I like to share with you guys in my belief, for all you different types of martial artists, because there's still three camps of martial artists. There's some martial artists that I know personally that don't believe in with lifting weights. They don't do it. Yeah, maybe they'll do calisthenics and they'll work out like that. They'll do the martial arts like calisthenics and the body weight exercises, which I think are really good. And then but they don't lift weights. Then you got some martial artists, dude, that don't even really do calisthenics and stuff. I'm talking about like plyometrics and burpees and stuff like that. But they just do a lot of stretching, and then they'll do the katas. But then you have a newer school of martial artists who actually believe in strength training. They'll do weightlifting and bodybuilding and weight training, right? And I think that's the best hybrid as long as you maintain your flexibility, guys. I think that that is a good model to have, because I made a video about this too before. If you have identical triplets, man, and they all grew up in the Buddhist monk temple, standing under the feet of the master from 5 until 25, dude. So that's 20 years straight training. But one of the there are identical triplets, right? Same genetics, everything. But one of the triplets, man, he doesn't really believe in weight training or working out. He just wants to do the forms and the katas and the techniques, man, and the executions. And he's really, really good. But the other two brothers do that as well. But then there's one brother who likes to do a lot of body weight exercises and stuff, calisthenics, stuff like that. And then there's the third triplet likes to actually engage in weight training. So I'm here to I'm here to share with you guys. This is my opinion, my belief, based on the competitions I've been in, and the fights that I've been in, and the altercations I've been in as a bouncer, in prison, in combat, in the military, playing sports. You know that if you have two guys equally skilled in their technique and their training and their forms, and they're in battle, the one who is stronger is going to be the victor. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think, because this is interactive. I'd like to ask you guys a thumbs up the video for the algorithm so that the video gets shared with a lot more people. I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel so the channel grows, and then share the channel on your social media. And most importantly, guys, I'd like to ask you to become part of this community. And I'd like to ask you to go over my Patreon and sign up for a $25 30-minute coaching call, where we can go way deep into your philosophies of martial arts. Because I'm here, I'm not trying to say I'm a master to anybody or any of that stuff, but I do have 55 years of experience in many different genres of martial arts, many different disciplines. And what I've done, and I got a new camera, guys. And so what I'm going to do on the tripod, I'm going to be demonstrating some forms and techniques of all the various martial arts I've done. I'm going to take out the stuff that I feel is superfluous or fluffy or just filler. I'm going to distill it down for some real life combative, survival based martial arts. I call it every man's martial arts, where it's just moves that you can do if you have to be part of somebody invades your home, or you're at the teller, at bank teller, or you're in McDonald's, somebody, a shooter comes in or whatever. I'm going to give you some techniques that are down and dirty, get the job done so you can get home safe to your family, or protect your family if you're in that situation. So until next time, guys, Rico Gomez out. Hope you had a great Christmas, and I look forward to bringing in the new year with you guys as warriors. Take care.